Hi guys, and welcome back to Healthy Lifestyles with Cy Singletary. Today we're going to be discussing some food items you need to begin to build your healthy kitchen. Stay tuned. Okay, so let's get started. First we have Bragg's. Bragg's is a company that makes different versions of what you're probably used to. First we have Bragg's liquid amino acid. This gives you a salty taste. So you can use this in place of soy sauce, and you can also put this on your food if you do not want to season it with salt. But that's on your cooked food because when you're cooking, you need certain kinds of salt. But when it's done, you can just put this on instead. Here we have the apple cider vinegar. The apple cider vinegar can be used in my Fireball concoction. As well as on your salad, you can use this plus some extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper, and that acts like a salad dressing. And then next we have nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast has somewhat of a cheesy taste. Okay, and so when we get into creating vegan meals, we often use the nutritional yeast instead of cheese. And trust me, it tastes good. There's nothing that you're gonna see on these videos that doesn't taste good, trust me. Next we have condiments. No meal is complete without adding in your personal touches. Okay, so first we have two different mayonnaise options. Okay, now the reason, let me turn it so you can see it. The reason that I use these as mayonnaise substitutes is because there's no cholesterol and there's no fat in these, okay? And so this is Veganese and this is miso mayo. Now they basically taste the same. This is a little bit sweeter, teeny bit sweeter, okay? But you can use either. So depending upon what I'm personally eating, like if I'm having a sandwich and I don't want it to be so sweet, or let's just say I have other items going on, will determine which one I use. But you can't go wrong with either, okay? And no meal is complete without hot sauce. Look how much I've used. It's true, but when I'm making my vegan meals or anything, quite frankly, then I, add a little bit of my hot sauce on here. And now we have the ever important meal starter. This combination of extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper, onion, garlic, carrots, and celery. Oh my goodness, the flavor and the taste, it is so good, trust me. This is what you need to get your meal started, okay? The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your extra virgin olive oil and you're going to put it in the pan. And I like to have down the thickness of layer that you're going to need. For example, if you're just going to be sauteing onions, garlic, carrots, and celery, and that's your base, like I would do for my split pea soup, then you want to have the oil be thick enough so that everything is slightly submerged, but not completely, because it does have to saute, all right? So when you do that, what that does is that releases the flavor of that particular item, okay? So that's the first thing that you do. The second thing that you do is you want to put your onion and your garlic chunks in that oil. Make sure that the oil is nice and hot when you put them in there, all right? And you put those in at the same time, okay? Then you want to put in your celery and your garlic chunks. This is celery. Oh, sorry, not garlic. Carrots. You want to put in, that was a trick, that was a test. You're supposed to write in and say, Cy, this is celery and carrots. Sorry. Second you want to put in is your celery and your carrots. And once again, you want these to be of similar size so that they won't burn, okay? Now, while everything is sauteing and cooking and getting going, you want to add in your salt and your pepper. You want to either have coarse sea salt, okay, or kosher salt. That's cooking salt. You don't want to have coarse salt on your finished meal because the pieces are just too big. And lastly, you've got your pepper. I used pepper in a pepper grinder when I'm cooking because it comes out kind of fine, but also a little coarse, and it's right in the middle, and that's how I like to cook and add my pepper. And as you can see, we're running out, and you can just get this, which is organic, to fill up your pepper grinder. Okay, the starter. Up next, we have our chicken broth and our vegetable broth. At the end of the week, or whichever time frame you feel is important, you're gonna have leftover vegetables. And some of those vegetables are gonna say, "Sigh, I'm getting a little wilty. It's time to cook me, eat me, or throw me away," something. Now, we definitely don't want to throw anything away. So at the end of the week, or whatever time you need, you can make a vegetable soup, okay? You can make your vegetable soup using chicken broth or, chicken stock or vegetable stock. And these are two of my favorite. This is your chicken broth, and as you can see, it's low sodium. Whatever you can get that's low sodium, you should do that, because then you get to control the amount of sodium that you put in your food. And the next one I have is my vegetable broth, and I love Rachel Ray because she's so bubbly and happy, and she's excited to eat like I am all the time. So I just like to watch her show, and I like her in general. But besides all of that, her vegetable broth tastes good too. For the faithful that I have, you know that I cannot talk about a meal without talking about my lover, the avocado. I love avocados. They are so good, okay? And this is something that you definitely want to have as a part of your stock, as a part of your healthy kitchen. You can have avocados anytime you want to. On a good week, on an average week, I'll have anywhere between half of an avocado to a whole avocado a day. Now, you probably shouldn't eat a whole avocado a day, but sometimes we get busy and I get a little lazy. And so I just, I have some avocado and some tomato. I'll just eat a bunch of vegetables and put on some of the miso soy, and then that'll be my meal for the day. But besides that, you gotta have your avocados. And also, tomatoes. So yummy. I get excited. You're gonna get excited. I love it. Look at how bright the red is. You just cut through it, and boom, the tomato juice, it spurts everywhere. This is so good. You want to have this. You can have this in your rainbow protein shake. This will take care of the color red. You can have this in your salad, and when it sits on the green leaves, it's just so colorful with the white onions, and of course your avocado chilling on the side. This is great. And tomatoes are really healthy and good for you. Okay, so you want to have one of these. Half a tomato to a tomato a day. And here we have our lemon and our lime. Now, once again, these need to be organic. I've heard other people say that if you have to try to pick and choose which ones to get organic, that you don't have to get the ones that have skins. Now, that might be true with other fruits and vegetables, but not with lemons and limes. Organic lemons and limes have all of the nutrients that you need, and it helps with digestion and the flavor. So without it being organic, then you just might as well not get it. Make sure your lemons and limes are organic. Last but not least, now I'm not quite sure if this is a staple, but I love them. Olives. You can get them pitted or not pitted. These happen to be pitted, and the ones that are not pitted have that little red thing in the middle. Now, the reason that this is important to have as a part of your stock is because, once again, when you're going to be controlling the sodium and the salt flavor that you have. So if you are cutting out your sodium and you're cutting out your salt, you can add olives to give you back that taste. Olives. So what's the difference between a substitute and a swap? When you substitute, that means that the original is coming back, like a substitute teacher. But when something is swapped, that means you're getting rid of one thing and you're replacing it with another. Well, over here we have swaps. Swaps or additions, all right? Here we've got beans. Beans are another really good source of protein. You can have beans just by themselves. You can have beans with rice. You can have beans in your soups. You can have cooked beans, but chilled on a salad. Beans are very versatile, and they're something that you should have as a part of your diet. Here we've got red beans and black beans. And the good thing about beans is that they come in a variety of colors. And yeah, let me make sure you can see these. And as you know from watching these videos, that I believe in different colors on your plate. It makes it very enjoyable to eat and to prepare. Here we have chickpeas. These are chickpeas, and they're also called garbanzo beans. And, chickpeas require a little bit of preparation where you want to soak them overnight. That's the best way to do them. Quick soaking doesn't work that well, so it requires a little bit of thought, but they're well worth the preparation. When you boil chickpeas and they're really soft, you can eat them by themselves. Once again, you can chill them and put them on a salad. You can also get the recipe and make Jamaican beef patties, but the beef is replaced with chickpeas, so it's less cholesterol and less fat, and once again, so yummy. Here we have quinoa. Quinoa is actually not a rice. It's a grain, but it cooks up and it tastes like rice. So this is something that's also a very, very healthy swap from the white rice that you're used to eating. Now, you should really just get rid of white rice. All of the nutrients, the fiber, the color has been taken out of it, okay? So this is a really good swap for rice. Here I have amaranth rice. This is another option that you can have for rice instead of white rice. It's organic, it's hearty, so you're not going to be able to consume as much of this as you would white rice, and quite frankly, you're not going to want to, and that's because you're going to be full. So that's one of the most important things about getting in rice that has not been processed. With the fiber still in it, you eat less. And here we have seeds. These are pumpkin seeds. They have different spices on them. They're both roasted, but they have different spices. So I got 2 different kinds of roasted pumpkins, okay, of roasted pumpkin seeds. Now, you should also include, let me put these down. You should also include nuts. I'm allergic to nuts, so I don't buy them, I don't handle them, I don't cook with them, I don't eat them, I'm allergic to them. However, nuts are very important. They're a very important part of a healthy diet. You're able to get your good cholesterol from nuts, and from what I hear, they taste good. And here we have our last group. First, we have some of my favorite oatmeal. It's a cranberry ginger, so it has just enough sweetness, but not too much. And it's instant, so when you're boiling your water for your coffee, make sure that you have enough for your oatmeal. Oatmeal is really good at waking you up, keeping you nice and full, okay, and cleaning out your system and helping your digestion. Now, I'm not doing cartwheels to eat oatmeal, okay, but if you just eat this, it's nice and sweet enough, and if you have to just choke it back, then do it. You need oatmeal. Here we have Vital Wheat Gluten. Vital Wheat Gluten is one of the main ingredient of making seitan. And seitan is a vegan protein source. As you transition and really fully grasp having a healthy lifestyle, you're going to be cutting out or cutting down a lot of your meat. And this is not only a good protein source, in addition to that, it kind of tastes like meat. It kind of chews like meat, and it feels like meat when you're eating it. And that was one of the difficult things for me when I first started eating vegan meals. I was like, where's the meat? I want to chew on something. I want to chomp at something. And that's what we've been accustomed to. So this gives you a little bit of that. And plus, when you mix it with the miso mayo or the Veganese and the hot sauce and stuff and the avocado, and I'm gonna make a meal, a nice little lunch meal where you have the seitan, you're gonna start to like it. I love it. And here we have soy milk. Soy milk, I use this in my rainbow protein shake. I also use this anywhere where you would use milk. And if you don't like soy or you don't want to consume soy, you can have almond milk. I've heard almond breeze is good. You can have rice milk or tempeh milk. And also on those days when you come home from work and you're really tired and you don't feel like cooking, you can just have a light and lazy dinner, this and some cereal and some tea, and then you're done. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed watching Stocking a Healthy Kitchen. Going out and shopping and getting all of these things can be a lot of fun. So when you do that and look at the other videos, give me some feedback. I really would like to hear what you have to say. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter at Cy Singletary. Okay? See you later. Bye.